Hi, friends. It's Joni with Three Feathers Spiritual Wisdom, here with your weekly message from Spirit for the week of January 10 through the 16th of 2022. I want to thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing these videos. I really appreciate the promotion. The other piece of the commercial that I want to mention is I have extended my offer through January of doing, at a discounted price, doing astrology readings for 2022. So, your astrology, looking at your natal chart, your solar return chart, looking at what 2022 may bring for you in terms of activations. You can do that alone for $40 if you just want the astrology. If you want to bundle it with an intuitive tarot card reading, that's $75. And we can look at the whole year with that reading as well. So if you're interested in that, there's a link below. Okay, so let's talk about what's happening this week. There's one astrological aspect that I'm going to highlight, and then we'll go on to the reading. And that is Mercury goes retrograde on January 10, and it's going retrograde at 10 degrees of Aquarius. So let's break this down. Mercury is the planet of communication. So what happens during Mercury retrograde is we have to reevaluate, re-edit, redo the communication that we do. Sometimes it also means that communication tools break down, communication systems break down. So you have to work a little harder to get communication out and to be really clear. The sign of Aquarius is a factor in this Mercury retrograde. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, the planet that rules electricity, technology, lightning bolts, lightning. Um, so, this Mercury retrograde may be especially hard on some of the electronic tools we use, like our cell phones, maybe our cars because they have computers in them, our computers, our laptops, our tablets. So I wouldn't buy any of those new quite yet. Wait till February. Mercury will go direct on February 3rd. So January 14, February 3rd, that time period, I wouldn't purchase a new phone or a new tablet or anything like that. But realize there might be some issues with those technologies because Mercury going retrograde in the sign that is ruled by the planet Uranus. Okay, so hopefully that's understood, kind of helpful. For our reading today, I'm using uh, I'm forgetting for a minute what I'm using. I'm using the Distant Past Tarot, and you get to pick an oracle card from the Daily Crystal Oracle deck, Daily Crystal Inspirations. And so, do you want card A, B, or C? What I can tell you is all the messages are kind of feeding each other in the cards. So let's begin. The first card out was the Five of Cups. And this is loss and grief. But the key is this person is grieving about these cups over here that have spilled and not seeing these cups that are still upright and still available to them. So there is still things to be grateful for in our lives. There's still joy. There is still something to hang on to. And that is a key thing that you need to understand when you look at this card. Yes, grief, I don't want to invalidate anyone's need to grieve, but when you stay in that grief and you don't see that you still have something else to live for and some other reasons for joy, then that you're stuck and you don't want to be stuck. The next card that came out was the King of Swords. And actually, the word that came out with him when I turned him over and looked at him was witty. So I don't know if there is someone in your life that's going to come and help you lighten the situation, whatever it is that's going on here. But someone who is witty, funny, sharp, their intellect is sharp. Maybe they're a comedian that is really good with, uh, you know, uh, uh, ribbing on human nature and that sort of thing. I don't know why, but the word witty came out with him. And so have a sense of humor, and um, kind of look at things from a different perspective and kind of drop this seriousness. He looks serious, but that's not what I'm getting from this card. The other reason why I say it's time to lighten up is the next card that came out was the sun. And the sun is shining bright and wants us to live life in a vibrant, joyous way. I feel like this is another indication of the change and the new beginnings that we are all beginning at here now. If you've watched me for a while or go back and watch some of the videos with the messages, which are always applicable and relevant, you'll see that there has been a theme, this kind of completion, beginning, completion of one phase, beginning of a new phase. So the sun is here, but I'm really feeling again that with the other cards, with the grief card and the card that said it was witty to me, is that there needs to be some lightness. So looking at, what is around you and being light and airy and sunny and optimistic. It's still the start of the year and there's great potential. So try to have some optimism. Another reason to have optimism is that the last card that came out was the Three of Cups. And this is about celebration and community. You still have people around you that love you, that support you, that you can count on, that you celebrate with. So I really feel like in looking at all of these cards together, this is really Spirit's way of saying you've got to have hope. You may still be in this right now. You haven't moved on to have that sort of hope, but the rest of the cards are it's time to it's time to have another perspective, have that optimism, see the potentiality, have a sense of humor, know that you're supported, that you have friends, you have family, and you have support from spirit, your angels, your guardians, your ancestors. There's a lot of support around you. So it's a new beginning is here. Time to lighten up, time to celebrate, time to be grateful for the cups that we have that are still upright. Okay, so have you decided? Are you interested in getting card A, B, or C? If you have picked card A, you have the Sunstone. And what it says below is take pleasure in the things that you do. It's that lightening up again. It's that be in the moment now. If you are in that stage where you're worrying, where you're grieving, Look around at the moment because you may be grieving about the past, or you may be focused on the past, or you may be thinking about the future and have fears for the future. Spirit says stop. Take a moment in what's going on right now, and what are the things in your life that you take pleasure out of. Walking the dog, listening to good music. Those are some of the things that give me pleasure. What gives you pleasure? So look for those things, take them in, and feel their warmth, okay? For those of you who picked B, you get sort of the same message. You got the Angel Aura Quartz, and it basically says, lighten up. You've been too serious. You've worked too hard. You need a little wit and sense of humor, and you need a little light on the subject. You lighten up, and and you know have um have an opportunity to get in touch with your inner child and do something fun. We all need to take a break, and that helps our creativity. That helps our energy level. You want to boost up your energy, it means you need to take a break. You need to lighten up. Okay? these these all messages are all kind of intertwining together. So, for those of you who picked C, your message is, or your crystal is fluorite, and the message is find peace within. No matter where you go and what you do, the peace is not going to be found outside. It's going to be in your heart and in your soul. You can go to sit by the ocean and find peace, but you have to choose to find peace there. You can still bring your worries and your stress anywhere you go. So you have to choose to find peace. And this could be sitting, meditating, taking that time out. It's still kind of lightening up and finding the joy. It's still about taking that break and meditating and finding the peace within. But it's also a choice. Actually, all of these messages are choices. We choose we choose to have joy and find fun and pleasure. We choose to, work till we're beat, or work ourselves into the grindstone when we need to take a break and lighten up. We choose to go towards stress and anxiety or peace. So these are all choices. And I really feel like Spirit is saying, choose choose these things this week. Choose fun, choose light, choose community. So, there's your messages for the week. I hope they resonate. I found them fascinating, and a kind of a different tone than we've had lately. So I really appreciate that. And I appreciate you for listening and sharing and commenting and liking my videos. I want to wish you many blessings for the week ahead. I want to say take care, and take some time out. Have have a great week.